already. But I just want to confirm what you guys think about this. The Packers and the Lions play on Thanksgiving, and now this is not a prediction show, but I do kind of want to talk about this game just because of how it implicates this top 10 list. For all three of us, we all have the Packers on our list somewhere between 9 or 10. Neither of you have the Lions on your list. I have the Lions on my list ahead of the Packers. Um, they're both one of the teams that if someone's going to take this division from the Bears, it's going to be one of them. It's not going to be the Vikings, and they play
It
this
would be
week.
the Packers.
You think it's going to be the Packers. You don't have the Lions on your list, Joey. Please
I
tell me
think the
why.
I think the Lions are a bad match. They don't match up well with the Packers. We've learned that week one, and I mean, I think their defense could be rounding into the form that we expected them to play in because they are kind of similar to I guess how the Eagles have been. They win these ugly games. They just find a way to win them. But yeah, I just really don't think the Lions' strength is running the ball. They're not gonna be able to run the ball on the Packers, so I don't know how they're gonna find an edge to beat them. That's just kind of how I feel about it.
How do you think the Packers offense is going to outperform the Lions offense? What are they going to do to the Lions defense to what's going to be their asset? Because I know Jacobs is supposed to come back, but he's going to be banged up. Do you think it's just going to be the
Emmanuel
run game?
Emmanuel Wilson played better though with it. Had a better game than Jacobs has. I feel like
Yeah, he was the
he's
first
looked he looked good.
Packers 100-yard rusher since like week 13 last year.
He got that
Yeah,
RB sugar rush where once he got he was like, finally, I'm finally starting. It's
Yeah,
time to show up, show out. And
but
he did it against the Vikings 100%, but he did it against a Vikings team that in reality I feel like was not prepared for that game. I do see where Joey's coming from. Like do have the Packers at 10, but I have the I would if I would have the Lions at 11. To me, it's one of those things where I just genuinely feel like the Lions are like confused with themselves. They
yes.
I feel like they're questioning their identity of like what they're supposed to be,
mhm.
and
They lost they lost their
relying
identity when they lost both their coordinators.
Yeah,
exactly too. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, it's like this is what the Eagles have been going through for like how many years now? Where
100%, Danny.
you said what?
Say 100%. This is exactly how the Eagles have felt when they were losing their coordinators.
Exactly. So
It's
to
like the
me,
same thing for the Lions. But the Lions never won anything, so it's like tough. And it's like you have Dan Campbell calling the plays now, and when you had Ben Johnson there prior, that's clearly going to be a problem for your offense.
100%.
That's kind of where I'm at with that.
100%, and that's where for me, like maybe Thanksgiving game is it's like a homecoming game, like back when you were in high school and stuff like that. It's like one of those games where you're supposed to be hyped for it, and you might come out and like ball out the way that you should. It's just that the Lions are just like I feel like they're questioning a lot when it comes to certain things. Jared Goff is like playing like hesitant. He's relying a lot more
Yes.
on Jameer Gibbs, and he's relying more on his checkdowns, kind of like what Jalen Hurts did when it was that 2023 season. We had Brian Johnson calling the plays that he was just like, bro, I have no idea what we're doing. It almost looks similar to what he's doing now, where it's like he'll get comfortable, but the moment it's like the play calling changes and or the defense adjusts, but the offense doesn't, like, and he's sitting here like, I gotta rely on the checkdowns. It's like that's just what I feel like the Lions are just stuck in, is relying on checkdowns to Jameer Gibbs. And hey, great, that helps me with fantasy. But as far as the Lions goes, like it's not gonna go far. And
Yes.
it's just gonna be dependent now whether or not the offense decides to change the scheme and grow up and realizes towards the end of the season this is where you make up or break up, or they fold.
I think they're going to fold. I just think they have all this talent on offense. They have no idea how to use it though.
Yeah, like
And I
for
think
the fact
that's
that
been evident.
the fact that Jamo did not get used once in that Giants game is ridiculous.
The usage with David Montgomery too has been really weird. Like they haven't been complimenting each other this year whatsoever.
fun fact: since week 6, the Lions have lost every game that Jameer Gibbs did not eclipse 100 yards. They lost to the Chiefs, where Gibbs had 65. They lost to the Vikings, where Montgomery was the leading rusher with 40 yards. And then they lost to the Eagles when Gibbs only had 39 yards.
So Scott, let me ask you this. This is getting ahead of myself now. What matchup do you like better, the Dallas defense or the Lions running game? Because they're going to be playing next week. So how do you feel about that matchup? If the key to beating the Lions is stopping Gibbs to getting 100 yards, doesn't that favor Dallas?
Well, this is what I'm getting to with the Cowboys, and I just could not put them on this listing because even if I see them lose close to the Chiefs, I will put them on this list. Like when I
It
move
won't
the
matter if
Colts
they
up.
lose. The season's over. They have to win.
Well, I mean, I think you guys can afford one loss and be six.
No, I want to win out. I want to
You'd
win.
be,
I want to beat the Chiefs. I want
I
to beat the
know,
Lions.
I know what you want, but like I think you can make it at 10-6-1. I would say
They're gonna beat. They're a better team than the Chiefs right now. I feel confident saying that.
your guys' ceiling is higher than theirs. I think their execution will be better than yours. There's still a lot of new pieces on this defense, and I think they'll find a way to kind of go after that somehow, some way. This is kind of what it hinges on a lot of the times when I talk about the Chiefs. Is it's like this mysterious force will win them the game, and it feels like that a lot of the times. But that mysterious force is coaching. The Cowboys can definitely win this game. I'm super pumped to watch it. I think the Cowboys have enough on offense that they'll certainly be able to attack the Chiefs' defense. It's just going to come down to execution. Does Dak have a poor read that leads to an interception? Does an offensive lineman miss a block that leads to a forced fumble? Whether in the running game or the passing game, it's going to be something like that that'll cause the Cowboys to lose this game. If they play a clean game, they should win. I'm just not sure that's going to happen on offense or defense. We'll have to see. It's going to be an awesome game. But as far as the Packers and Lions go, I have the Packers right behind the Lions. Just simply because of the way the Lions have played. They have beaten a lot better teams than the Packers have this season. Now, what I'll say is the Packers' fashion of beating teams is often more impressive to me. It's usually through the defense. It's not through an offense that solely runs through one guy. That seems like it's a lot easier to stop. So this is probably the toughest ranking I've had all season. But due to the peer pressure and bullying from you guys, I had to move the Packers down. I did kind of cave on that. I kind of always I'm gonna pick the Packers to win this game. And which means I should have them at 8, and I should have the Lions at 9. But for the time being, I have the Lions just ahead of them. They just proven a lot more, but I do kind of feel like it's expiring. We're at a point in the season where a lot of these things that happened early on, either because the team is young or because there's been injuries, a lot of those things tend to expire. Like I am not allowed to bring up this Week 1 win against the Lions unless if the majority of those players were healthy, right? Because both of these teams are established. But you understand what I'm saying. It's getting old to me with this Lions team. I think they kind of missed their window, to be completely honest. I thought it was that 2023 season.